Imagine carrying a secret so heavy you never dared tell a soul, until the day you trusted the wrong person, or maybe the right one. It was supposed to be just another hospital visit, another routine checkup in a life that had already been weighed down by silence. But for Sarah Mitchell, this day would change everything. She walked into that room with a secret buried deep inside her heart, a secret she swore no one would ever know. Yet fate had other plans, and when she saw the young black doctor standing before her, she realized she had no choice but to decide, keep hiding or finally speak the truth. The hospital was quiet that morning, but inside room 312, Sarah Mitchell's heart pounded like a drum. She had spent years carrying a secret so heavy, so shameful in her eyes, that she never once dared to speak it aloud. But now she had no choice. When the door opened, in walked Dr. James Carter, a young black doctor known not only for his brilliance, but for the compassion he carried into every patient's room. His presence was calm, his voice steady, but his eyes noticed everything. Sarah swallowed hard. Could she really trust him? Would he judge her like everyone else had? "Miss Mitchell," he said gently, "tell me what's troubling you." Her hands trembled in her lap. The secret burned on her lips, fighting to stay hidden. But then, with tears gathering in her eyes, she whispered, "I've been living with something I've never told anyone. Not my family, not my friends. I thought if people knew, they'd hate me. They'd call me careless, weak." Her words cracked, her shame flooding the room. She expected Dr. Carter to stiffen, to let silence fill the air with quiet judgment. But instead, he did something she never imagined. He set his clipboard down, leaned forward, and looked her in the eye. His voice was firm but kind. "Sarah, you are not the mistakes you've made. You are not the illness you carry. You're a human being who deserves care, love, and dignity. Nothing you tell me will make you less worthy of help." Her breath caught. She had spent years expecting condemnation. But here was a doctor who saw her as more than her secret, who reminded her that her life still had value. Tears streamed down her cheeks. "But don't you think I did this to myself?" she asked. Dr. Carter shook his head. Pain doesn't ask for permission. Struggle doesn't choose only the guilty. What matters is that you're here now, ready to heal, ready to live. That's all I see when I look at you. For the first time in years, Sarah felt the weight on her chest lift. She wasn't just a diagnosis. She wasn't just her past. She was someone worth saving. Week after week, she returned for her treatments, and every time, Dr. Carter was there, guiding her, encouraging her, reminding her that shame had no power once the truth was spoken. One day, after a long session, she whispered, "You didn't just treat my illness. You healed something inside me I thought was broken forever." And Dr. Carter replied softly, "No, Sarah, you healed yourself. I just gave you permission to believe it." In that moment, she realized something powerful. True healing isn't only about medicine. Sometimes it's about finding the courage to tell the truth and finding someone who refuses to judge you for it. She trusted the young doctor with her deepest secret, and instead of judgment, she found freedom. What about you? Would you have the courage to share your truth?